sprinkle on it. It is time.
I'm so excited.
It's the real spill podcast.
I'm gonna play the music. Yes. Oh, it agrees with. Test it. Test it.
Test it.
Yeah, be nervous. It's good time. I'm not hard on this one. I am.
You got it.
You can elbow me if I say something
Okay.
crazy.
I think I'm gonna let you be free.
Oh, I forgot to put the phone on. Oh, it's time.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. You thought I could rap it. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right. And turn it down. Professional. When I find the book. Oh, yeah. I hope y'all liked it. Y'all want to play a little longer? Oh, y'all thought I was done, didn't you? DJ. Okay. I'm trying that. All right. Woo, and we're live. Yeah, welcome to the Real Spill Podcast, episode 5.
Episode 5, man.
We
We
get
get a hand clap for
Great.
that. Episode 5 of the Real Spill Podcast, man.
Yeah. We turn on the machine on here. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Happy Sunday to all y'all. We got a real good episode today. It's one of my favorite topics right here, so I'm looking forward to this. I hope y'all are too. Gonna come with the heat today.
I've been ready.
I might cuss on this one. I ain't cuss yet.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Man, ain't gonna put it out there. I ain't gonna put it out there. Rebuke that in the name of the Lord. Okay, but anyway, yeah,
I
episode
just
5.
want you to remember,
Yeah.
he got up.
Amen. He rose
Yes,
from
he
the grave. All right, episode 5, the Real
He
Spill
been to Vacation
Podcast.
Bible School.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Vacation Bible School. Shout out to Lily Grove on Druid Hill.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot. All right, but back to the episode. Today's episode is keep it real. Keep it 100 or no. Keep it 100 or no. Okay? A lot of people say they want you to keep it 100 with them. A lot of people say they want to hear the truth. Say they stand on everything they say, talk big talk, and then can't handle it when somebody give them the real. Okay, so we're going to get into all that and dive and all that. And we got a special guest today. I know y'all probably thought that was the lead singer from In Vogue. Okay, but it's not. This is my homegirl, talent homegirl, Cherry Bomb. I ain't gonna give her a real name, but y'all know in the streets it's Cherry Bomb. You know what I'm saying? Because she's sweet and got a short fuse.
Yes,
All
he does.
right. That was too much. Okay. All right, then. Yeah. So y'all ready to get
Let
into
y'all
it?
be
Oh, we got to say too. Yeah, see, we got to be professional. Also, make sure that you check out our YouTube channel page, The
Real Spill Podcast 3.
Number 3. Yes. Real Spill Podcast number 3.
3. That's on YouTube.
That's right. We getting there, y'all. You can watch all the previous episodes. You can watch today's episode on there after we end this episode. Don't turn right to it. You know, give about a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? Go eat something, get something to eat, take a nap, whatever. Then it'll be on there about 9 o'clock. But yeah, it's on YouTube. So all right, bet. Let's do this. All right. Like I said, today's episode, keep it 100 or no. Okay. When people tell y'all, hey man, keep it 100. Or I keep it 100. What does that mean to y'all? What are they saying when they say that?
I feel like it means for them to be completely honest, or they want you to be completely honest and open with them, and hold no reservations about what you say.
I like that. That sounds like a textbook definition.
Keeping it 100, or
Yeah.
keeping it real.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Miss Ash. Oh, I called her name.
Damn. It's all right. Man.
I kind of agree with our guest.
Yeah.
That keeping it real is telling you the truth.
Right.
The unadulterated truth.
Raw.
Raw.
No seasoning on it.
No
Just
seasoning,
straightforward.
just telling
like
you
a
the
shot
truth.
out of dirty glass. I agree with y'all too, man. You know, when people say keep it 100, like I said, man, you know, I feel like they telling me, hey, you know, I don't want you to hold nothing back. I want you to speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? But what I have learned, you know what I'm saying, as I've gotten older, that some people don't say what they mean, and they don't mean what they say. You see what I'm saying? So my first question is, in relationships, friendships, familyships, co-workers, whatever, do you believe in being transparent with these people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, whether they are, like I said, family or co-workers or boyfriend, girlfriends, husband, wives? Do you believe in being completely transparent with them at all times? Do you think that's important to be transparent, or do you feel like I gotta kind of hold some stuff back? What you think, Cliff?
I think that we really don't want people to be transparent. I think that we say that we want people to be transparent.
Right.
But because when you ask a person to be transparent, it's not the way you see it, it's the way they see it.
Right.
And the way they see it may not agree with how you see yourself.
Okay.
And so I think a lot of times when we say keep it 100, we actually asking people to agree with us.
Right.
You know, and not really keep it 100. So I think there's very few people that really want you to keep it 100.
Okay. Well, what about you, Ms. Cherrybone?
I have limitations
Now you saying with somebody?
as to who I'm completely transparent with.
Okay.
And I say that with most of the time the people that I'm the closest with, I hesitate. And I ask for confirmation if they really want my transparency or not.
You make them sign a waiver then. Like, you're like, hey,
In a sense, because I want you to be completely ready for what it is that I want to say. And I don't want you to hold it against me. So I want to make sure you want the honest side. Now, my coworkers and things of that nature, I may be transparent without, confirmation.
You don't care whether they ask for it or not. You just gonna tell them how you feel. That's what you're saying.
So, go ahead.
I think it's more so about the people that I love and that are close to me wanting to guard their feelings in our relationship.
Now, do you want people to handle you the same way though?
That was my question.
Dang, I'm sorry. Stuff.
No, you get it.
Yeah. So how does that work on your end?
To a degree, I think it's all about knowing your intent, your tone,
Right.
and your audience.
Okay.
So if you can tell that I'm not in a place to be able to receive something, I do want you to maybe guard what you say to a degree.
So are you saying that you will not guard it, but you want others to be guarded if they're not sure how you will receive it?
With those I'm close with, I want them to reciprocate the energy. So I want them to be able to manage what they're saying when they're talking to me by making sure they're observing their intent, how they're delivering it to me in their tone, and what mindset I'm in so that I can be able to receive it. Other people that I'm not as close with, it doesn't really bother me as much when they're more blunt or direct with me because I know I'm giving the same thing.
So my question now is that so we talking about relationships. So whatever they are, friendships, dating, or marriage, or whatever these relationships, when this person is close to you, do you want them to be transparent or keep it 100?
I want them to gauge the situation. I want you to be honest, but I want you to be cautious about the way that you deliver it.
Oh, I agree with that.
I want the honest truth,
Yeah.
but I don't want you to be brutally honest with me when it's not necessary.
I agree with you.
Okay, so I have an example.
Come on.
And I heard this, and this was, I heard a well-known minister give this example. And he was saying that, a lot of times a lady will ask their mate, and when I say mate, I'm talking about male, female.
Right.
They will ask their mate, do I look fat in this dress? And so the male a lot of times, let's just say he asked a female, the male a lot of times will pepper that answer on what you just said.
Right.
He's trying to read and gauge you.
Right.
But if he was, and this minister said that, he said if he had kept it 100, he would have told her it looked like two bears with a blanket over them fighting in the woods.
Right.
But he probably just said, no, you don't look fat in that dress. And vice versa. Now, he said that the woman was talking to her, the man asked his mate, am I the best you ever had?
Oh, no.
And then he says, if she had kept it 100, she would have said, no, you about like number 10.
Ooh, dang.
But I love you though, and I don't want to hurt your feelings.
And that's all I got right now.
So the question is, do you want that person that is close? I'm not talking about an associate. I'm talking about somebody that's close to you would you want them to keep it 100 with you?
I would. Now, the way that they deliver it is my concern more than anything.
And-
but I would want your honesty, because then I know how to move with you. I know what works for you. I know what doesn't work for you.
And so and I agree with you, so they need to pepper it with kindness and with compassion
In a way, you can dress it
and
up
with
and make it real.
sensitivity and with sensitivity. But what if that 100 hurts you?
Even though they put some little
Even though they
little cinnamon on there.
they spiced it and not really spiced it, but they did it with compassion, did it with kindness,
Right.
you know, but it was still brutally honest.
Their intent was in the right place, and obviously I needed the message. So I would be okay with that. I would then have to wonder why my feelings are hurt.
Yeah, that's my question. So would you forgive them for their transparency, even though it was kind, it was to help you, you felt that they were trying to help you, but it was brutally honest?
I would, because their intent was in a pure form.
Okay.
All right. Okay, look at that. All right. You keeping it 100 right now. Okay. I mean, you know, I agree with what y'all said. Me personally, though, I believe you can be honest with somebody, but I agree with Ashley. Oh, damn it, I said it too. I agree with Sherry Bond said. And yeah, you do have to kind of, you know, season it a little bit. You know, it's all in your delivery. But like you said, though, even though you might put some seasoning on it, depending on the person, they still may be offended. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I would feel better knowing that I was honest with that person.
Right.
Because even if you get mad at me, 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe 2 years later down the road, you'll be like, well, you know what? I could always count on that person for being, you know, truthful with me and telling me how they really feel. So it's like no doubts in our relationship when it comes to that particular person, because they was always straight up with it.
Oh, I just got epiphany.
Okay, big word.
Yeah, thought, an idea. He always leave the bathroom seat up. And you have come in and not paid attention and kind of sat down and fell in the water because the seat is up. And so, do you approach him and say, why do I keep had to tell you that you're leaving this seat up, you know?
Delivery and tone is wrong.
Oh.
Even if you're irritated by something. And let's just throw it out there too. If he always does it, you should almost expect it. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
you should
but,
excuse people's errors, but
right.
if someone always does something, you should expect it and act accordingly. But if something bothers you to the point where it's disrupted your day or disrupted your spirit enough, you can sit somebody to the side and have a conversation like, you know, you had me fall in the toilet today.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Something lightweight, again, it's just a tone. And you can say it in a joking manner because I'm a goofier person, so I would probably chuckle about something like that. But
you just got home from work. You had a rough day.
okay,
And I'm going to use us as an example with male persons, male men, whatever.
Shout out to the PO.
Male ladies, shout out to the PO.
Yeah. Shout out to them making cookies.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling it.
Oh,
Call
okay.
me. Call me.
All right.
Hear me. Stud.
Yeah.
Forrest, holler at you, boy. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Taylor.
And you come home,
Yeah.
you know, so it's been raining all day.
okay.
You know, people complaining because their mail is wet, but it's kind of hard to keep paper dry in the
Right.
rain. You know, so people been hollering at you, screaming at you all day long. Where my check? All this kind of stuff that you go through, and you get home and you go and you got to go. You know, take care of some business, and you go to sit down, and the seat's up, and you fall.
Talking about that water all on the back of your neck. Just all
It splashed when you.
Just all in your thighs. Yeah, but just unnatural. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So how do you? When you
mad now.
You mad, and then he walks through. Hey, baby, how you doing? He had a great day.
Yeah. You got water all on your hips and everything.
Man, I had a great day today. You know.
That's a person's mindset. Again, I'm talking from a space where I wouldn't be upset about something like that. Even if I had a rough day, I force myself to separate from people to make sure I don't get my ugliness from my day on other people. So if I've already had a rough day, chances are I'm going to separate for a while anyway so that I can come down in a sense from my day.
Okay.
And if I'm dealing with somebody in a capacity where we're living together, he would already know that I'm decompressing.
I agree with that.
Why
I mean,
why you in the toilet with?
Yeah.
You decompressing?
Yeah,
Why you on
yeah.
the toilet? Okay.
but
I'm
I guess
decompressing
what
when I
she's
get
saying,
home to a
Oh,
certain
okay,
degree.
okay.
I don't blow
I
up
think what
about
she's
stuff
saying
like
that before she allows her day to come into her calm space, she decompresses before she brings that into the peace.
So you sitting in the car, in the garage, that you one of them type of people.
I will.
Oh, okay.
If it's been that bad to the point where I can't even be.
He knocking on the glass window there, and you just looking straight ahead, just like you ain't seeing. Baby, you gonna eat chicken? You eating chicken tonight? You just looking dead ahead. Okay, I got you. Now I'm with you. I like that though. I like that. And then these are conversations that you're supposed to have with your mate anyway.
Right.
But you know, of course, when things come up and it's the first time y'all gone through it, then you know it is what it is. But when it does happen, y'all should be able to be adults and talk it out, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay, I like that. Okay. So now let me ask you this: in all of your relationships, or most of your relationships, have the two of y'all always kept it 100?
No.
Woo! Please, illiterate. Did I say that right?
Elaborate.
Damn, wrong
I
word.
got where you're going.
I graduated from mine, y'all. My bad. All right, elaborate. Elaborate. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think that I evaluate things a different way when I'm in a relationship with somebody. It could help them what I say, but I think about my intent may be well, but what benefit could me saying something ugly to somebody, or that can be perceived as ugly to somebody, bring about with either of us? What would be the point of me?
I mean, depending on who it is. Go ahead.
But you don't lash out at people.
Right.
That way.
You ain't supposed to.
So yeah, you're not supposed to.
Right.
But my first thought would be, how is this going to improve anything for them or me?
Okay.
And if it doesn't, then I hold my tongue, because I'm in a space where I'm thinking in an ugly way, and I'm trying to push that ugly on somebody else, and I don't do that.
So what about you, Taylor? You always kept 100, or you feel like sometimes you got to hold it back, depending on who you're dealing with?
The older I've gotten,
Uh-huh.
I've tried to keep it 100.
Okay.
But I've learned that the most important thing in relationship is communication.
Most definitely. I'm with you on
And
this.
so when you learn to communicate, and I think sometimes, and when we're younger, when we sometime in relationships, we don't build that trust where we can communicate. You know, where we can be 100, keep it 100,
Right.
and we say, well, and we start gauging.
Yeah.
Let me see how she feeling today. You know,
Yeah.
what do I need? It's because language is more than what we say. Language is a lot of time our reaction to things,
Okay.
our facial expressions,
Right.
the size, and you know, and just the walk.
Breathing
you know,
all hard
sometimes
and
you know,
stuff.
yeah, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Come in slamming stuff or whatever, and so you're trying to gauge that language to say, well, do I need to speak to that,
Right.
or do I need to just keep that to myself?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Ashley. I agree with.
They know.
I guess
Yeah,
yeah.
you understand this comment, yeah.
Ashley, that's her name, man. So
She gonna cut us after the show.
Cherry, but I agree with her that a lot of times, you know, in relationships, we have to think of the other person first.
Right.
You know, so you know, and keeping it 100 is all in how you express it. You know, how you express and when you express it.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. I think that in times of in intimate times,
Yeah.
when everybody's relaxed,
Uh-huh.
that sometimes that's the best time to hash out something that you're not totally happy with.
Okay.
You know, that you're not happy. But even in there, you got to make sure when you express it that it is not cutting, it's not hurting, but it's said in a way that it's going to help our relationship.
Right.
Our relationship, because it could be something that let's just say it's something that the man is doing.
Right.
He might just you say, well, when we go out and everything, you know, I'm just trying to think of something, you know, You eat with your hands,
Okay.
you know,
That's kinda
and
wild.
sucking your fingers and everything. Ooh, this good. Yeah, ooh, you know.
Could be a Popeyes. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you at a look down restaurant
Look down, that's right.
and not a look up restaurant.
Ooh, what-
You know the difference, right?
Yeah, but go ahead and break it down because
Okay.
I know that's I'm with you.
Okay,
though,
so a look up
Yeah,
restaurant
come on
is
with
that the menu is up there on the wall,
come
and
on
so
with
you
it,
have to
play.
look at
They
it.
don't know nothing.
You know,
That's
so
some country terms right
yeah.
there. I'm
But
sorry.
a look down restaurant is where they bring you a menu, you
Come
open
on.
it up, and you look down, and he's acting as if he's at a look up
He
restaurant.
like he at McDonald's.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
McDonald's,
saying?
he
KFC.
had church's chicken, you know, and everything, when he
Yeah.
should be at a look down restaurant. And, you know, he's talking loud and everything, and
Yeah,
everybody.
supposed to have a little more
thinking
etiquette.
He's
You know what
supposed
I'm
to have a
saying?
little more etiquette.
Yeah,
So
big word.
how do you and even though that's your person,
Yeah,
you love him,
right,
you know, you're glad you're with him, but it doesn't show any etiquette,
right.
you know.
It's just flat out embarrassing. Let's
So-
be real.
Well,
It's just flat
yeah,
out
you
embarrassing.
know, it's just he a country boy. He just ain't used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're trying to uplift him, you know,
And expose him
and
to
expose him to different things and more of an environment.
Mhm.
You know, yes, we can leave this section of town. You know, we can drive across town. You know, we can go over here. We can experience this stuff.
Right.
You know, and everything. So how do you handle that?
Or you just don't handle it at all.
And he's embarrassed you.
I'll say this: I've been in situations like that more than once.
Talking about the restaurants or just in general? Different
In
stuff?
general,
Oh,
like
okay.
bringing someone somewhere, trying to
Introduce them to some new things.
introduce them to things that I have interest in that they may
Right.
not be aware of right now. I've just been lucky enough to where they usually adapt over time.
Right.
And I've never had to address something to where it is so outlandish. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sally. I do not have an answer for that because I wouldn't even know how to address it. I probably wouldn't address it for fear that I would make the person feel less than. And I'll say this: I'm already taking you out of your element. I'm already bringing you and exposing you into an environment that is new to you.
But
Maybe over time, after you learn and adapt.
But how they gonna learn to adapt if
you don't say anything.
Right.
If you-
Because
if
now
you go off,
here's the
then you
scenario.
can observe.
Here's the scenario. But they not hearing none of that.
So they not
Here's the
cognizant
scenario.
at all.
They're not cognizant at all. They think that everything's okay.
Y'all make me did
You know.
big words.
So now, yeah.
We got a rule now.
They're not aware
Yeah,
of it.
okay.
You know the rule.
Thank you.
Okay.
You about to use a big word.
Yeah, you gotta explain what the big word
Zinging
is.
me over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole right side swole. Okay, but
You have gotten a promotion on your job,
yeah.
and the president of the company wants you to come and sit at the head table because you have brought this proposal to them that has made them a lot of money and it's you know brought the company up and everything.
Right,
And
right.
he wants you to come and he says, I want to invite you to come sit at the head table and bring your guests.
Cool. It's gonna get real now. So you bringing Jeffro to the company dinner? yeah. Let's be real. You bringing Leon to the company dinner, and you know he embarrassing. You know he embarrassing. What you gonna do? You gonna have a talk with him, or you just gonna let him be himself?
And they have you know a soup, you know
Oh
that.
God, he gonna slurp.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he done picked the bowl
no,
up.
before he even slurped the soup, he's like, "This ain't nothing but some water. What is this right here?"
This some flavor water. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's interfering with our progress. That is probably something that I would address before bringing him in an environment where he would be in front of everybody
Yeah.
while people are speculating on what type of person he is because they don't know him and they don't have the opportunity to know him and know what it is that brings us closer together. So I would probably prompt him to a degree.
So you gotta have a conversation with him.
Yeah, I would have to.
But only if you felt pressured in that sense because of
Yeah, otherwise,
you just let
if
him
it's
do his
just
thing.
if it's just us going somewhere,
So
then
he all up in Reuben Chris just
you gotta do what you gotta do,
picking the
baby.
steak up with his hand and put it in between the rolls that they done brought out.
It's the extremes for me.
Well, we're just saying, we're just giving you some examples. I got a good example though.
Okay.
Can I share this
Sure, you
example?
can.
Okay, so one.
Can I say this before you say
Yeah,
that?
of course.
And for the men in our audience,
Yeah.
just flip it. Just
Yeah,
flip
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she's with you, and you know,
Yeah, she country,
Yeah.
and she
she's
But
unrefined.
okay. Yeah,
Go
that's a
ahead
good
with
way.
it.
Yeah, but all right. One of the issues I used to have with a young lady the other day, right, was when I'm driving. I don't want to say she had road rage, but she was one of them very aggressive drivers.
Oh, okay.
So I'm driving, and she was blowing the horn, and people would turn in front of me or not hit their signal. Now it's not bothering me now,
Right,
because my whole thing is okay. I'm not in danger at the moment.
right.
It's no sense in me blowing the horn, causing the scene, getting all out of character. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. If it was something necessary, maybe. But all right, boom, they ain't hit their turn the signal. I see they about to turn. No big deal. But nah, she laying into the horn. She yelling out the window. So at first I let it slide the first 3 times, right?
That's a lot.
Okay, but
Yeah.
then one time she did it. Well, you know, I'm a patient person. You know,
Mhm.
shout out to the cancers because we all understand the people.
Right.
Cancer season still going on too, by the way. So anyway, yeah. So I was patient. So after that 3rd time, I was like, "Hey, look, I ain't trying to be rude, and I get it. You're passionate, and I get it. You probably in some sense are looking out for me as well as yourself while you're in the car. But hey, man, I'm driving. If I ain't blowing the horn, you don't blow the horn. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't yelling at these people, you don't yell at these people. Because what happened was a dude started yelling back and started
Right.
following us.
Because now it's an issue that you have to resolve because she
Thank
couldn't
you.
quite control her temperament.
So that's why, you know, I was like, you know, you got to keep it 100. Now, I hear what y'all saying. It's all about timing. It's all about, you know, picking, I guess, your poison, as they say. But at the end of the day, it has to be addressed because you just let it slide. It's eventually going to, I don't say harm you, but it's going to, you know.
It could become an
It can
issue where
cause,
safety is
a
involved.
problem.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And
With-
safety is involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that was just an example, but like even with the food thing, because like you said, you know, I bring you around my family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know how we all got that auntie or somebody that's bougie, and then you sitting here, you know, eating the steak with your hands and
You gotta have
asparagus.
tough skin around my family
Right.
anyway, so.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just had to prepare people and kind of let them know,
Yeah.
hey man, I love you. It's nothing personal, but yo man, you
Because you never at a dinner ask who made the potato salad.
Right,
You know,
right. Oh yeah,
Right.
you never do
You
that.
just don't do that, you know.
Don't do
Who
that.
made
Certain
the
rules
potato
to this thing.
salad? Yeah,
Okay,
so-
okay.
But can I want to ask,
Mm-hmm.
because you brought up an interesting, you know, concept.
Yeah.
You're on a date, and like you said, the young lady was aggressive,
Yeah.
you know, toward people.
Mm-hmm.
When should you tell that person? Because in this instance, you said there was another man
Yeah.
who started yelling back.
Yeah, he's about to bust my head.
So
Yeah,
now
he's
you
about
have to
bust
get
my head.
involved in that.
Yeah.
You know, when should that young lady allow? And I don't want to say, oh, okay. So here's the scenario:
Mm-hmm.
you out,
Yeah.
y'all out having a good time.
Right.
You know, you have this lady that's with you. She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh man.
and a guy says something that's inappropriate,
Uh-huh.
and she just goes off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when do you say, "Hey, let me handle this," or do you say, "Let me handle"?
Immediately. First, I'm gonna talk to her.
Right.
I'm like, hey, calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just words. I heard what he said. I get it, but relax, chill.
Yeah.
Okay, now if he's still stupid enough to be standing there and he see that I'm talking to her and he probably like, well, I know he's gonna probably say something to me next, or could possibly say something.
Right.
If he's still dumb enough to stand there, then I'm like, hey, pimp, don't say that, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's be
Exactly.
respectful, man. It's a woman.
That's big.
And let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I'm the type of person, I like dating beautiful women.
Right. Chuck.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I know if I think you fine, other dudes think you fine. So you
Right.
gotta have a certain I don't say shield, layers to it. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad every time a dude look at your girl, man. As long as they ain't being inappropriate or
He ain't
being
been
rude.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Now I wanna, cause I know what you and I would do. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
in that situation.
I'm gonna run a little bit.
How would you handle it, Miss Ashley?
Talking about a dude try to holler at her dude?
Well, no. What I'm saying is,
Oh,
she's out on a date. She's with her man.
Oh,
she's
okay,
with her
okay,
person and
okay.
everything. Another guy says something that's probably inappropriate to say.
mm-hmm.
Anything is inappropriate to say
Right.
if it's being disrespectful
Right.
and you're with someone.
Right.
So he says something, you know, but do you say something to him?
I do.
So you gonna tell him you heard what he said? You ain't gonna say nothing. That's what he said.
No,
Oh.
I address things differently though.
So the question, and we know that you are a strong black woman. We already know that. You know, so we work with you, so we already know
We
that.
listen, you put some pause.
My
on it.
question is, when do you allow
Yeah.
the man that you with
Uh-huh.
to intervene?
I would hope that the person's comments weren't that drastic.
They are that drastic.
Okay.
And so, like, what Stud just said,
Mm-hmm.
what Cole just said, we just telling everybody names.
Well, no, the stud my other alias.
Oh, okay.
I'm
all
gonna
right.
say my government.
So what Cole just said
Yeah.
was that he turns to you and say, "Calm down.
I got this.
It was just words. I got this." But what he said was so egregious to you, this other guy, that you at 1,000. Do you calm down because your man said calm down and let me handle this? Or do you have to get your part out?
Well, you going out like Jocelyn, you slapping everybody. Security, boyfriends, everybody getting slapped. What's
If
going on?
I'm in a position where I feel like I need to go jostling, then I shouldn't be with the person that I'm with. Because that means that I don't trust that he can protect me enough and control the situation.
Ooh, man, that was an uppercut right there.
That was.
I ain't see that one come.
But you winning. This is the first time this incident
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. This is the first time.
That reveals a lot about a person.
But he handled it like I handled it.
But he wasn't, cause
So you're just saying that he's not handling it in the way that I want him to.
Well, we asked
right.
you how
So
would you handle it?
you, cause just look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, women are more emotional. Will you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
To a degree. Yeah.
to a degree, yeah. When you want to make sure that this guy understands that he cannot talk to you that way.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, these two men, and he's not emotional, but he's giving him a look to let him know you don't want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to allow him to handle it?
What does that look bring about?
It
Because-
brings about to let that other
Because
person know that
if we
he's
just
been
looking at each other and
No,
the
no,
other
no, no,
man
no.
still
See,
being an aggressor.
that's what I'm saying. So a man can give another man a look, and he can read. Like I said, language is more than just
Right.
talking. A man can give another man a look
Yeah.
that he'll know. He'll read everything into
Yeah,
that.
say it with
You
chest.
crossed the line.
I
Okay.
say it with
He
you.
doesn't have to say a word.
Yeah.
But will you have to get your part out, or will
No,
you
if-
accept that
If
what your
the
man
situation is handled with what they're doing,
did?
then that's fine. But if it doesn't bring about the type of response that I feel is appropriate,
Oh,
That
she
you
wants
feel
somebody cut
appropriate.
tail. She wants
I
somebody
didn't say
cut.
I want anybody
Somebody
cut.
got the bleed
But
tail.
if you
That's
are
what she's
looking
saying.
at someone in a situation like that,
Uh-huh.
and this person's comments were this egregious
Mm.
that I inflate, then maybe your method isn't working. Maybe we need to reevaluate that, because if the person is still coming towards us with
And-
additional commentary and it's getting more aggressive,
And so now, because you have, you're very enthusiastic about your response, your man now has turned his attention from the other man. He's turned his attention to you, which makes him vulnerable.
you're
Indeed,
assuming
indeed.
that I am vocal.
It is a, well,
I'm not
yeah.
vocal. I'm observing.
So basically, the dude.
I can be
stepped up.
quiet and
Right.
watch you,
Okay.
but if your approach doesn't garner the type of response that it should, then we in the wrong business.
Well, I agree with
And
that.
I need to separate myself.
I agree with that.
So,
I agree with that.
So if the dude crazy enough to still run up on both of y'all after your man, your boyfriend, your date, whatever, says something to this dude, I'm talking about he square up with him. He like, hey pimp, you out of line.
Exactly.
Like, don't talk to my girl like that, man.
Exactly.
I'm talking, he chest out everything, but the dude still popping off. I'm gonna get cut off. I'm gonna get cut off because the dude crazy and he still wants some. I mean, I'm saying because he still wants some smoke. I'm cut off. It's my
Talent-
fault. It's my
talent
fault. 'cause he
is
crazy.
saying-
No, that's basically
I'm being
what
a man. I'm
saying.
being a man now. I'm in
Yeah,
between you and him.
So you're actually
I'm in
being
between
vocal
you and
and
him.
addressing it.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, first I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm
He ain't
addressing
whipping
you.
out now. He ain't run behind you.
No, no.
Okay.
He's standing between. He's the
I'm
one.
in between you and danger.
Because see, this is a real man.
Yeah.
A real man protects what's behind him
Mm.
and respects what's on the side of him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you out in front of him, he can't protect you, or he can't respect you.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So
You
that's all
allow
I'm
him
saying.
to play his position.
Thank
I
you.
get
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
I
But
get
now,
that.
but your personality is because you're a strong, independent black woman.
My presumed personality.
Your
Yeah.
presumed personality.
Trying to make
But
you
no,
angry.
I'm saying, but you know,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with being a strong, independent black woman.
Right.
But when you have a strong, independent black man in your life, will you take that side of him?
I have no other choice.
Yes, you do have a choice.
No, you don't. And I say that because when you're with somebody who's strong enough and who shows the qualities necessary, your dominance automatically steps down.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
There's no need for me to be dominant.
Okay.
If he got it,
I got you.
So now he done slapped me though with that. Okay, well that's another subject though. Yeah, what happens if he slapped me in front of you? Then I'm still gonna get cut off. Hey.
So,
Yeah, I'm
we're
still.
gonna have to swing together.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. Don't let me get beat down. All right. Don't let
So,
me get beat down. Okay.
when everything has settled down,
Okay.
do you keep it 100 with him
Mm-hmm.
and how he handled that situation?
Yeah, when we get home.
Okay.
Good or bad?
Good or
Yeah,
bad?
good or bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right. Not in public.
No, I ain't gonna condemn you in front of everybody.
Okay.
So while you wiping the blood from his nose, you gonna be like, "Hey, I appreciate you being a man, but you gotta learn how to fight. Man. I can't be with no punk."
I looked up some boxing classes
Okay.
on the way
Yeah,
to the house.
I googled while we was in the movie theater.
You know,
Okay.
there is a place that teaches jiu-jitsu down the street from where you live.
Yeah, you saw player. You saw. Okay, that's what I appreciate that. That's what. Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Well, let's get back on subject. All right, check this. I got another question. All right, so has keeping it 100 gotten y'all in trouble though?
Yeah.
You want to share something with us, or you just gonna leave it at that?
How long does, after you kept it 100
Mm-hmm.
and that person's feelings are hurt, how long is it before you come back together
Oh.
and discuss that?
Oh, that's a double question right there. Answer the first part first.
Okay.
You gonna give us an example when you said something that got you in trouble? Work wise, relationship wise, family wise, it's all good.
I had a friend that used to have a habit of putting her hands on people that she was in relationships with.
You talking about old boss lady? Okay. I ain't saying no name. Yeah, go ahead though. Go ahead.
This person ran across someone eventually who did not have the patience of Job. And who felt like when you put your hands on him, he was going to put hands on you.
Oh no. Lord have mercy.
And it was drastic enough that she had to take a trip to a specialist to be seen about. After this person told me what had happened,
Yeah.
I told her she was wrong. I did not agree with him putting his hands on her because I don't agree with men hitting women, but I also understand that when you open up the door for that and you hit Pandora's box and you hit somebody, you have to be open to accept whatever it is that person is putting back out because you can't
They might come on in.
you can't determine a person's response.
Right.
And we fell out behind it because she thought that she was in the right and that men shouldn't hit women regardless.
Right.
But again, you can't determine what somebody else is going to do as a response. And you can't deem that appropriate or inappropriate as the aggressor.
Okay.
I kind of agree with you, but I agree with her also. Because I agree. Because I don't agree with a man putting his hand on a woman.
Right.
You know, I just think that's a coward.
Yeah.
I think that's a coward. Now I know in this society you got women that are working out, they are strong, and they feel that they. But I still don't believe with a man.
Ain't no excuse
But
for that. Ain't no excuse for that. Just run.
I also believe that a woman shouldn't be hitting a man.
Scientifically, y'all are stronger than us
Yeah. So
in most cases.
well, and so I think that nobody should be hitting anybody.
Let's keep our hands to ourselves.
Everybody just keep their hands to themselves, and I think that that's a way that you have to learn how to communicate,
Right.
you know,
Without lashing out. Like
without
that.
lashing out. And in saying that, you know, when we're raising our children, you know, a lot of times, you know, they do something and the first thing we do is smack them. You know, put that down, boy, you look bad
Right,
self,
right,
you know,
right,
and
right,
everything.
right.
And most of the time it's boys.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they get learn this behavior. Correction is done by physical contact, you know, and everything. But that's only one way of correction,
Right.
and it should be the last way of correction.
Right.
It should.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that if you spat a rod, you're gonna spoil the child.
Right.
You know,
right,
and everything. So you know, they need to be taught discipline.
Right.
But I think when those boys get to be men, you know, because we seeing incidents now where a man will just hit a woman.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We see it all over the place.
Brazenly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hit her like he hitting a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's because he's been psychologically taught that to correct something, you got
need to hit it.
You got to hit
I
it.
tell them all the time, bro, you ain't hit your mama back when she slapped you. Hit her. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, keep that same energy. Your mama slapped you and you took it. You gotta take it from her to the player. But you know, that's just my little side.
And even with that being said, when you know, I mean, when I was growing up, you know, you couldn't even bristle up at mom.
Right.
No,
You took the lick and you kept it moving.
Yeah, you couldn't even, you know, like give her an eye, like you wasn't,
Nah,
you know,
you
couldn't.
lose it. You might
Yeah,
lose
you,
it.
none of that,
That's why I got
man.
that lays out now. I ain't been right since. But go ahead. Though. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So and so, you know, we gotten to the point now where, you know, that's kind of changing in our society, and we need to get back to that, you know, and everything. I know we gotten totally off the subject about keeping it 100, but that is a problem that can happen, you know, and everything. So,
Well, and it kind of relates to the subject because, like you said, you got these men who are so comfortable now hitting these women. They think they keeping it 100. They thinking, you know, I'm supposed to treat you like some, you know, other man in the street or something like that.
Exactly.
And then a lot of them chumps don't even really do nothing to these dudes pop off at them, they just walk away.
And they silent.
Right. But
Yeah.
the young woman say something to them, they really swing on. But you know, you said that's a whole nother subject though. But that ain't keeping it 100.
that's not keeping it 100.
All right.
That
That's
is.
trash.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, it's trash.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. I'm so sorry. They're good though. All right. So Taylor, what about you? Well, you already answered, I guess, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gotten you in trouble before keeping it 100 with somebody? They got
Yes.
you jailed?
Yes.
Don't switch on yourself. Man.
I mean, sometimes, you know, at the detriment of getting in trouble, you know,
Hold on, big word.
sometimes you just
Oh,
because
where's the microphone?
because
Yeah.
if you're not keeping it 100 with that person and it's gonna cause harm to you,
Yeah.
you know, then you know you have to take on some of the responsibility of what happens
Right.
because you didn't keep it 100, you know, and sometimes keeping it 100 can hurt feelings.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. Sometimes, you know, we live in a fantasy world that everything is hunky-dory, everything is good, you know,
Right.
but that's not, life is not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are ups and there's downs in life and everything, and so sometimes by not keeping it 100,
Right.
you know, it can cause problems later on, but also sometimes in keeping it 100, you know, it's almost like it can turn into a back and forth.
Yeah, like a tennis match.
Yeah, you know, ping pong. You know, okay, you telling me about this, but let me tell you about yourself.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, now
instead
y'all
of
put the ear
receiving it and saying, okay, and looking in the mirror, okay, is that really me?
Right.
You know, okay, yes, that is me. You know,
Right.
and how can I improve that? But a lot of times, our relationships are so that they don't have that cohesiveness. That when I say I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, you know, then you got to say, well, I got to keep it 100 with you. Let me tell you about yourself.
But that's being petty though.
It is, but that's what
Tip of
happens,
tail.
you know.
Yeah.
So in someone keeping it 100 with you, you have to self-evaluate.
Yeah.
You know, is this the truth?
Yeah.
You know, well, let me think about that.
Right.
Yeah, I do leave the toilet seat up. You know.
Boy, you leave the toilet seat up.
I
Oh,
mean,
man,
that
came up. It came
I
up
live
sometime.
alone now, so yes,
Okay,
it's up, you know,
yeah,
but I have to remember, you know.
Ladies, if y'all come to Taylor House, look down before you sit down. That's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause up apparently the toilet seats don't never go down over there. All right, I'm sorry, yeah, but that's
But
good.
the point to the matter
Yeah.
is that,
Yeah.
you know, when someone keeps it 100 with
Yeah.
you know, instead of you looking to latch back out at them, you know, self-evaluate.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why
All
did this
about
person tell me this?
that. All about that.
Now, that's a responsibility on that other person. What's their motive behind
Right.
telling you
Right,
that?
right.
You know, so it can, in keeping it 100, can cause a separation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because,
Mhm.
ooh, I didn't know you really thought that way
Yeah,
about me,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I feel
And
you.
everything. So I thought we was, you know, but this was not based on a solid foundation.
Right.
And so and you find that a lot of times when people start to come apart,
Right.
then everybody want to keep it 100 now, you know, and
Mhm.
everything, you know. And so, and that might be a good thing, because it might say this is not the person
Yeah.
that
yeah.
I thought that this was.
Yeah, if your intentions are like that with them, I would imagine that.
Yeah. So
She done said something to you about the toilet seat, and you talking about her hair.
yeah, I'm
You know what I'm saying?
telling
You got
you,
nothing.
I don't like
You
that.
done went in, yeah. I
And
don't
what's-
like that part in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I don't like
Why
that
you always
part,
putting it on
yeah.
the left side?
Yeah.
Right here, son.
And what is this baby hair stuff that the Bible's about?
Okay,
You know?
man, take
What
a
is
shot.
it?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. You felt like a shot.
So that's an attack, you know. So now it's, you know, the 100 is going 50-50 because you're going back and forth.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
and everything. So,
Okay. I hope y'all. Oh, that's deep right there. Yeah, that was a shot right there. Okay, but I got some more questions of y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Check this out.
Great conversation.
So, has someone kept it 100 with you? You know what I'm saying? You asked them, hey, you know, I'm going through this or this happened, and they like just lay into you. Not like insulting you, but just like tell you the truth about the situation, and it hurt you. Like they were being transparent, they were being honest with you. You even asked them their opinion or thoughts on it, and they just, when they told it, you was just like, dang, I'm talking about like a little tear just right down the corner. You like, oh dang, like for real? So like, has that ever happened to you? Somebody being 100 with you? It stung,
Yes.
it hurt.
It hurts real bad. But the thing about it is what do you do after the hurt?
Right.
What's
You
the
know.
next step?
Yeah. What's the next step after the hurt? So if you become envious, or you become defiant because of what they said,
Yeah.
you know, even if you saying it's true or not true, but now your motive is to get them back. So it's starting to break down the relationship,
Right, causing that division.
causing a division or separation or divorce. You know.
Oh man, yeah, okay, you went left.
But,
Yeah, I feel you.
Separation.
Yeah.
you know, it's a difference.
Okay. Yeah, it is a difference. It is a difference. I've been trying to tell folks that.
Yeah, it's a difference.
I ain't gonna look at the camera. They know what I'm talking about. But what about you? Somebody that kept it 100 with you and then it stung.
Yeah.
Hurt
all the
you in
time.
your chest.
I think when people say things that may potentially hurt my feelings, especially if I asked for their opinion,
Yeah.
to a degree, I'm already kind of prompting myself because I'm not too far removed from reality to where I don't already kind of have an idea about what they're saying may have some truth to it. So I don't think I'm far removed enough to really let it affect me too drastically. But I do think that after people say things that hurt my feelings, the first thing I think of is their intent. And if they were truly saying something from a place, and I already know this person well enough,
Right.
but if they're truly saying something from a place to where they just wanted me to know and they're trying to help me and they love me and they want me to do better,
Right.
then I accept that. But then turning around and receiving something from somebody and you know it's from an ugly place, that's a little different.
So they just be like, girl, I don't like them shoes with that dress. That you gonna just let it roll right off, or you
Yeah,
gonna take, you
because
gonna
that's
take
your
it?
opinion.
Okay, that ain't so. So
Yeah,
it's
that-
levels to it.
Yeah, it's levels to you saying stuff. I mean, and whether or not your opinion even really matters about certain stuff.
Okay.
And I guess it just matters how important that person is to you.
Right.
That too.
Right. Do they hold value in your life?
Do they have
Yeah,
I like that. Do they
yeah,
hold
we-
value in
I'm
your
gonna
life?
say that for another episode.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about that. Remember, I said about how I feel about people cutting me loose.
Yeah.
You know, let me know I'm expendable. That means I ain't have no value to your life. So I
Right.
gotta keep that same energy with you.
Yeah.
You know, okay, but we're gonna get in that was too deep. All right, we'll
That's
talk
okay,
about
that's your
that later. All right, my bad. Okay. Well, yeah, I know somebody done told me stuff before and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Told me my head was too big. Told me my shoes look like ski boats. You know what I'm saying? And, but I took it like a man, and what I did was realize that God blessed me with big feet so I could take less steps in life. And I can get further than others. In Jesus' name. See how I spin that around? See, I ain't let it bother study. See that? Yeah. So I just want to let you know, sometimes when people tell you how they feel about you, like you said, you got to look at yourself. But it don't mean that it's a bad thing always. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, build off it.
Yeah.
Work on it. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with it, like, dang, they right. My cologne do smell like old fish oil. See what I'm saying? So let me go and change the cologne up, get a different brand. Okay. All right, that's good.
So if keeping it 100 makes you self-evaluate, then it's left up to you if you're gonna improve or if you're gonna stay the same.
Or just be petty about it and just go back at them. You see what I'm saying?
Or be petty about it and just go back at them.
I listen to what everybody say, whether I agree with it or not. And like I said, I just do a self-evaluation, a little self-check, as I like to say.
Right.
Look in the mirror and just say, all right, man, how you feel about yourself? If you happy with you, good. If not, work on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, sometimes people being honest with you, they tell the truth. It might be right. You know what I'm saying? It might be right. So yeah, you gotta be strong enough to just, listen to what they saying. Don't take it personal all the time. Now they just, like I said, attacking you. That's different. But
that's a different thing.
Yeah. But like you said, it all depends on who's coming from too, though.
Here's a question I have. How opinionated are you about yourself?
Oh, very.
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 Most people are their worst critic.
Mm-hmm. I'm hard on myself.
Yes.
Hard on myself, bro. Yeah.
And to me, I think that's a good thing because it shows that you're always trying to improve.
Oh, yeah.
So if someone says something to you that is the truth, even though it might upset you, you can still look back at that and say, well, yeah, you know what, I need to improve on that. I see where they get.
I may say something about their mama, depending on who it is, but when I get behind closed doors, I'm gonna be like, damn, they were right too, man. Damn, this shirt does look that good. But yeah. But see, you know what I always say? To self-improve is your best move.
That's tweetable, right?
Y'all retweet that. To self-improve
is your best move.
All right, amen. Y'all like that?
Put that on a t-shirt.
Okay. You like that? Okay, all right. I got another one. We ain't got much time to do. Oh man, see the good conversation just flying.
It runs fast, man.
Ooh,
it really does.
Like a track star. Okay, let me ask you this. I know we talked about there are certain times you should pick your battles and be 100, keep it 100, right? So this is what I want to say: is keeping 100 vital in relationships? I'm talking about the close relationships.
Right.
Or do you feel like because I love this person so much, because I know how they are, I'd rather them find out on their own than me be the one to tell them or share that with them? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or do you just feel like, no, you just gotta be transparent with them?
No, I think that, if it's someone like you say that you're close to, this relationship is a close friendship. I example, you and I.
Yeah.
I would want you to keep it 100 with me.
Oh yeah.
If in other words, people say, well, I want my friends to pull my coat.
Yeah.
If I'm going the wrong way,
right.
moving in the wrong direction,
right.
I would want I may not like it at first,
right.
But if it's the truth and I know that's my friend and they care about me, they demonstrated that,
right.
that they care about me, I would want them to keep it 100 with me.
I agree.
Yeah, I would want them to keep it 100, especially if they saw that I'm heading to a detriment.
Yeah, if I do something crazy.
Yeah, I'm off track, then keep it 100, and everything. So no matter, a lot of times, when a person that's close to us is being self-abusive, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody likes to go out and have a few drinks and everything, but they're that person.
Especially people work at the post office.
Yeah. But they're that person that takes it a little bit past that,
Right.
And so every time we're out and we just, sociably having a good time, but they just get wasted.
Every time.
Every time they get wasted and everything.
Yeah.
And if you was somebody that's close with them and you see that they're putting themselves in danger,
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
Because we always got to remember there's always wolves around.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
Everywhere.
oh, yeah.
looking for sheep.
Yeah.
You know, and so we see that they're putting themselves, they're starting to do things that are out of character.
Right,
They're starting to do things that could put them in danger.
right,
Then yeah, I want you to keep it, even though I may not like it.
right.
You know, I
Or
want you
put
to
us both in danger.
or put both of us in danger.
Mhm.
You know, I would want you to come out and say, "Hey, shake me, grab me, say,
Right.
look at here, man, you got a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, you need to do something about this."
yeah, yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, man, if we close, you need to check me.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's all you need delivery, but yeah, you need to check me though.
Yeah, you need to check.
And then see, my whole thing is even if I disagree with you, and something does happen to me, I can always come back and say, well, you know what, man, Tally kept it 100 with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know he got my best interest at heart. Do you feel like that?
I do. I actually have been in a situation exactly like what Tally was saying, where your friends kind of go out sometimes, and some people manage their emotions in a bottle.
Or a cupcake.
That's good there.
And because they're managing their emotions out of a bottle, a lot of the time their behavior is all over the place. And as females, we don't always have the freedom to behave like that. And I know we should, but we don't in every environment. So a lot of the time, it's a lot better to be careful about what you're doing, where you're doing, everything you're doing, and who you're doing it around.
No, yeah.
So being able to observe your environment and making sure that you're in a safe place where you can be able to be free to that degree is necessary. But also being able to understand that you probably need to seek help if you are using alcohol as your coping mechanism.
Okay. Yeah, that's way deep right there. Yeah, but that's right though. I appreciate you saying that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't find the answer in the bottle.
Right.
All right. Let's get
And that would be a true friend to point that out.
yeah.
Right.
You know, because they care about you because
know.
you're about to injure yourself. You know,
Right.
or them also.
Right.
And so, you know, they're not only looking out for themselves, but they're looking out for you too. And so I think that in those instances, if you don't keep it 100, you have to question yourself if you're a true friend.
Right.
You know, if you don't keep it 100.
So do you feel like you're not a good friend if you don't keep 100?
I think so. That, you know, if that's your friend
And you love them.
and you love them, thank you. And that's the relationship that you in.
Yeah.
And you see that they're heading toward destruction.
Right.
Then, you know, yes, you're less than a friend to not, you know, tell them, hey.
You gotta fight them sometimes. I done fought them sometimes.
If you had to fight them.
Yeah, I done
Yeah.
grabbed their legs and man, come on, bro.
Come on now.
Yeah, they be kicking me in there.
Stop.
That's why I got
You
that
know,
wrinkle right
yeah.
now. but yeah. See, I'm a loyal friend though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
If that person, that relationship is close,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a love, like you said, that's a love relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and that could be brotherly, that could be, you know, spousal, that could be whatever.
Right.
If it's a love relationship, then yeah, I'm hurting me because you're gonna hurt yourself, which is gonna hurt me.
How I'm gonna sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing you done went home with them hookers and drunk like that. And knowing they didn't got your money.
It was a thing on social media where a guy said he was out with his friend, and he was the best man in his wedding, and the guy that was married was, you know, he was, you know, entertaining some ladies, and the friend was like, no, man, you got me calling her sister. You know, he said, no, you finna go home. He said, you finna get you another drink. We're gonna have that drink and we out of here.
Right,
you know, that's a true friend, keeping it 100. He said, no, man, I spent all this money, went to Vegas and your wedding and everything, and you all this stuff. No, but you finna go home. You know, that's a true friend, and he kept it 100. You know.
Yeah. You need more people like that, man. You need more people like that.
Yeah.
So all right. So for overall, all three of us keep it 100. That's what we saying.
I know I do. Even
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
90% of the time, is that fair?
75.
Because if you got a pistol on, I ain't gonna tell them how.
when necessary.
When necessary, I like.
Because you got a problem. Oh no, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I
Do you? You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
need a partner.
Just don't do me.
Yeah. I don't want no trouble.
Yeah, I don't want trouble.
Yeah,
man.
so you gotta be smart about it.
You gotta be
Okay,
smart
about
about it.
it.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was good right there.
That was good.
Cherry Ball came through with a fire.
Came through, man. Literally fire, man. When you coming back?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
when y'all invite me.
Oh,
Okay,
man, so we're gonna make sure we
gotta
invite
save
you.
a good topic for you.
But I tell you what, this has been the Real Spill Podcast,
Oh, man,
episode number 5.
Yeah, we getting there.
Yeah.
We getting
And if you want to check us out on YouTube, it is the Real Spill Podcast 3.
there. Number 3.
Like,
Trey.
subscribe,
Yes, please.
share.
Yes.
Man,
Comment.
yeah.
We want to be able to go live on
And
YouTube.
comment. Yeah,
so
let
we
us
gotta
know what
get
you
people
think.
to subscribe. Yeah, so and we just want y'all to have all access to the Real Spill. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whenever y'all got a question about something, y'all can pull up one of our episodes and be like, oh, there it is right there. I got my answer now.
And if there are topics that you want us to cover,
Oh man, that's good.
just send us a line.
Yeah. Send us a text
Send us
message.
send us a text message. Send us a text or a message or whatever. A DM. Yeah. And just let
Can
us
you DM
know.
on
You know,
Facebook?
is this something that
DM
you
on Facebook.
feel that we should cover?
Inbox.
Inbox us and just let us know. Or make a comment. And just let us know.
Yeah, Tyler read the comments.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
but so I can't.
Yeah.
That lays out. But yeah, we'll eventually see the comments and y'all express. Share with us what y'all want us to do, talk about. You know what I'm saying? If y'all love us, hate us, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? As long as you watch it, that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. but appreciate y'all. I guess that's it, man. We're gonna end it.
That's it.
All right.
This has been the
The
Real
Real
Spill
Spill
Podcast. I'm Tyler, man.
Yeah. And I'm Cole Steele, your favorite Rand.
Yeah.
And this is
Star
Cherry Bomb.
Ashley.
Yeah. Oh, she said her name. Okay, we out there.
Star Ashley.
AKA Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, we thank you, man.
AKA
Thank you for
Cherry
watching.
Kid.
Don't forget to like us, share us, and
That's it right there.
that's it.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
share.
Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
Yeah, bye.
All right. See you next week.
Okay, I'm gonna walk to the camera now. Oh, we did that.
Yeah, we did.
Look at this.
Great job.
Ooh, that thing sizzling.
Yeah.
You heard the sizzling? It is on fire. Oh,
Great
yeah,
job.
I forgot I'm
Great
still
job.
on this one too.
Great